Welcome everyone to another video, and in this video we are going to be featuring Instinct Leader Sparks Shadow Zapdos team. Went 19-6 and actually just tuned into the stream, and they actually hit expert with this team. This is a very spicy team. Well, with the Shadow Zapdos, I should say, running it with Tapu Fini lead, a Registeel in the back, along with a Shadow Zapdos. So let's go ahead and get started with this battles. We're just going to try to feature as many battles as we can. Going to run into a Ninetales lead that's running a Charm. So pretty neutral matchup, Fairy on Fairy. Going to throw it absolutely gorgeous timing. Going to throw the Surf. Going to need 2 moves to KO this Ninetales anyways, and we'll be able to win the 0 shield regardless. This Psyshock doesn't do that much damage, and going to be able to reach the move and leave it as low health as possible. And it doesn't even really matter if you win the switch here or not. And they actually do farm down with Jellicent. Gonna go into Registeel. Gonna meet the Jellicent. Likely the Jellicent will throw straight Shadow Ball at this Registeel because most of them don't shield the first move anyways. And gonna throw the Zap Cannon at good timing right before the Jellicent's able to make it to a Surf, but looks like it's going up for the Shadow Ball. No debuff, so this will still do about 30% damage, but the Registeel will be able to endure. And gonna go for the Zap Cannon. The Focus Blast wouldn't KO, but would put it pretty low, but doesn't want to risk anything in this matchup. No debuff there. They do go up for another Shadow Ball. Likely they will throw Surf here, but let's see. They do throw Surf. Gonna switch out right away. Gonna have to shield this Surf and look to farm all the way down. We will see what's in the back, and it is a Scrafty. This is absolutely gorgeous in the back. Shadow Zapdos is really glassy, but should be able to take this foul play. Gonna throw another Drill Peck at this Scrafty, and I think you have to no shield this, because if they pup bait and land the foul play, then that would be disastrous. So calls the bait correctly, and the opponent decides to leave, realizing that there's absolutely no chance that they have at that point in time. And very well played game. We're gonna speed this up. This is pulled from the stream, so I'm sure there's times where Instinct Leader Spark was talking with chat. Anyways, we're gonna see Tapu Fini into Cobalion. This is generally a good lead for Tapu Fini since it resists the double kicks and then would only endure non-stab stone edges, and gonna be met by the Cresselia, and gonna throw the Zap Cannon at this. Cresselia. Has 2 answers to Cobalion in the form of Zapdos and Tapu Fini. So personally, I would look to take out this Cresselia, but then switch out potentially back into Tapu Fini or into the Zapdos and save this Registeel in case it is needed later, or go to 100 energy, throw the Focus Blast, perhaps even undercharge it. Oh, they make a beautiful catch onto the onto the Virizion here, and in a very good spot there. That was a really good catch by the opponent, and gonna throw the Drill Peck, which will deal double super effective damage to this Virizion. Will we see a shield? Will they bait? They do go for the bait, and gonna look to farm up a little bit here, and then throw the Drill Peck, and they do let it go. We're going to see what's going to come in. It is going to be the Cresselia. You definitely let this go. This definitely doesn't KO, does quite a bit of damage, and the attack did fall, which is very terrible here, but that's quite all right. Now we know that this Cresselia does not have, okay, going to switch out right away, does not have Grass Knot, which puts this, this Tapu Fini in a much safer place. Likely they won't bait, so I like that shield. And I personally would go straight Moonblast here, because we'll be able to reach another Moonblast regardless. They need 2 more Stone Edges to KO, and they decide to no shield and call the bait there. But this Tapu Fini will be able to water gun down. Really excellent game. Obviously, beautiful catch by the opponent with the Virizion. And we're going to see Tapu Fini into Charizard, and we see it come into Dragon Breath Giratina. That's a very interesting switch. And we're going to see, let this go. Has 2 answers to the Charizard in the form of, oh my gosh, they go for the Ancient Power in the form of Zapdos and Tapu Fini. So definitely doesn't necessarily need to win Switch. Perhaps even winning Switch would make it worse off because you could potentially give the energy to Charizard, which would be not the best situation. Gonna throw another Zap Cannon. This Giratina could switch out at any point in time back into the Charizard, but that would be a risky play by the opponent. Gonna let this go. Probably gonna go to 100 here, then throw the Zap Cannon because this Giratina is not doing okay. Gonna throw the Zap Cannon. It doesn't KO. Personally, I would go to 100 here to make sure you have some energy. And they undercharge this. That looks like to be a pretty reasonable undercharge, especially since they're a Dragon Breath with no Shadow Steak or Shadow Force. Gonna look to lock on down. They do reach another move here, but that's quite all right. Gonna be able to lock it down and come out with a Zap Cannon. And we will see what's gonna come in. Is gonna be the Charger. I love seeing the one wing attack and then throwing the Zap Cannon. And they do get the debuff here, which is gonna force this Charizard to throw. We'll see if a Dragon Claw is enough or if they will go for the Blast Burn. They do go for the Dragon Claw, is not enough. Gonna be able to reach another Zap Cannon, which is absolutely devastating for the opponent. And they decide to let it go, and they come into Walrein. Walrein has a pretty neutral matchup with the Tapu Fini. Gonna go straight Moonblast versus this Walrein, which will do a tremendous amount of damage. You definitely don't shield this here. Gonna shield. They do go for the Earthquake and gonna look to throw the Surf. These water guns, even though they are resisted, are chipping away quite a bit of damage and gonna throw the Surf at good timing. And the Surf will not be enough to KO, but will put it pretty low. You definitely let this go and they'll survive this. And there's not really too much this Walrein can do at the end. Quite weak to Tapu Fini. No real hard answer. And actually having Dragon Breath on Giratina really hurt the team against Tapu Fini and the Charizard. All right, and very nice undercharge with the Registeel. And we're going to see a pretty neutral matchup between these two. And but these water guns are chipping away, but the drill run will do quite a bit of damage. And this is kind of where you want to see it. And they will throw the drill run, does quite a bit of damage. Gonna look to throw before the next drill run and hopefully land the Surf. It's very important, very critical. Well, okay, you kind of need to more land the Surf, right? Because the Sandslash has quite a bit of energy. They actually Ice Punch bait here, which is pretty devastating, and gonna throw the Surf at this Sandslash. I personally would let this go and potentially lock on down yeah, gonna lock on down. Gonna come out with some energy on Registeel. And we will see what's in the back. It is a Virizion. Gonna look to throw the... Okay, gonna go for the Zap Cannon here. It's pretty interesting. They do throw the Sacred Sword. Gonna try to catch there. Does catch the move and bank a lot of energy. Does catch the Sacred Sword. Does quite a bit of damage. And this is looking pretty tough here. Gonna go for the Thunderbolt. There's absolutely no way this Obscune will shield. And I'm not sure what the answer is here. I think you have to let this go here, but could shield. Does shield. And gonna throw the Drill Peck at this. I don't think it really matters here. Unless you can make it to the Drill Peck and then perhaps catch here. Okay, gonna catch and well, not catch the move, but gonna throw the Focus Blast, but gonna have to reach another Focus Blast here. Maybe the Registeel survives this Sacred Sword. It does, but can you make it to another one? Cannot. And there's absolutely no way this Zapdos is going to be able to survive the move. Perhaps if thrown the Focus Blast at the Virizion in the first place, and then didn't have to go to over 100 there, would have been able to perhaps make it to that second Focus Blast onto the Virizion. But very tough decision there. And we're going to see a pretty neutral matchup between Walrein and Tapu Fini. And they do throw, potentially getting to the Earthquake, they do throw the Earthquake. And we're going to see how this is going to play out. Are we going to see a bait? No, we are going to see the Moonblast to the Walrein. Does a pretty decent amount of damage, and they're gonna have to throw the Earthquake. This Surf does not KO. This Walrein will be able to get off this Earthquake, and gonna let it go. Do you come Registeel and try to lock on down, or do you continue to Water Gun down? And they come into interesting play here, not switching out into the Registeel right away. And now this Zap Cannon and Focus Blast, you probably only need the Water Gun damage to be able to take out this Drapion in the end. But we're going to see how this is going to play out. Going to let this go and potentially go to 100 here and then throw the Focus Blast. Gets the defense fall. Doesn't go quite to 100, only about 80 energy. And going to throw the Focus Blast. They actually end up shielding this, but the next crunch does not KO even with the drop. But will they try to catch onto the Walrein? They do not perform a catch. And Poison Sting down, this will still be pretty tough here. And they come into Surf Etch. That's quite alright. They will throw the Night Slash. This definitely does not KO. Oh, they throw the Leap Blade here. That actually does quite a bit of damage. Gonna throw the move here. But this Drapion is absolutely loaded. Gonna have to try to catch a move here. Gonna have to try. Okay. Oh, gonna allow the farm down here, and then gonna be able to. Well, okay, the opponent doesn't even attempt the play there. I guess they were hoping that the Tapu Fini would come in right away. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what they were hoping there, but very nice patience by Instinct Leader Spark. And running into a tough lead here. And we're going to see how these two are going to decide to play it out. Maybe try to catch the Zap Cannon. Oof. Okay. No debuff, which is quite nice here. And going to throw the Surf. Will we see a catch attempt the second time onto the Registeel? Oh, beautiful catch attempt. We will see if this is going to be the Zap Cannon. Almost for sure this is going to be the Zap Cannon. And the opponent is staying in. Oh, loses the CMP tie. Gonna let it go. Is this going to be enough? It is not quite enough. And gonna be able to reach the Focus Blast and take out this Registeel if they decide not to shield. And they don't decide to shield. And here comes Grand Bull. But there's a lot of energy on this Tapu Fini. You definitely have to come Tapu Fini. And gonna try to build up some energy. Trying to throw it good timing. And does. We will see if this Grand Bull will shield. They will shield. And gonna do 2 more Water Guns. Really good timing. And then throw at this Grand Bull. It does end up shielding again. And able to make it with that really, really nice timing. Going to pay off by landing the Surf. Going to auto switch right away. Doesn't matter what comes in. And this opponent does not like seeing the Shadow Zapdos onto the Pidgeon. And that is going to be a very good game. And we see another good lead here with Tapu Fini into Galarian Stunfisk. The Earthquake does do quite a bit of damage. Gonna throw the Surf right away into this Galarian Stunfisk. Doesn't KO. And they will be able to reach the Earthquake. Gonna shield. They do go for the Earthquake. They will be able to make it to a Rock Slide at the minimum. Gonna look to take this out right away. They do actually end up shielding. Look, gonna let this go. We'll put the Tapu Fini pretty low, but gonna be able to Water Gun down, and they come into Gyarados. That is absolutely devastating, but they do reach the move before the Zapdos. The Zapdos is going to have to farm up a little bit, perhaps even double up on the Drill Peck, then throw it. Really good. I'm going to have to throw the Drill Peck right away if they decide to shield. But let's see. This Stunfisk is still alive, but is quite low. Okay, they do come into Dragonite. Going to throw the Drill Peck. This is looking pretty good. They actually were tremendously weak to Tapu Fini and gonna be able to reach the Drill Peck again before this Dragonite can reach a move, and gonna switch out right away. And this Dragonite is gonna have to superpower, or otherwise this Dragon Claw does not KO. Does not KO. The surf does not likely doesn't KO a regular Dragonite, but we'll put it within an inch of its life, and gonna be able to water gun down, and we're gonna see a water gun down of this Galarian Stunfisk, or seeing the Galarian Stunfisk run away. And we're going to go into this next game here. We're going to see Tapu Fini into Machamp. Has two good answers to this Machamp. Machamp deciding to stay in. Very interesting. They will CMP tie if you throw the Surf. So I personally wouldn't shield this, but going to shield, preserve the Tapu Fini. Going to build up some energy. Double up on the Surf would be the optimal timing there right before they make it to another Rock Slide. And they come into Tokias. You do have two answers to Tokias, but gonna look to stay and hopefully align this Tokias onto the Registeel. But the Tokias did get access to probably couldn't make the Moonblast there, to be honest, but would be able to get access. Does have access to Aura Sphere, which would do some damage to Registeel, probably about 40% to Registeel. Certainly wouldn't KO. Gonna let this go. Personally, I would let it go, but let's see. They do go Aura Sphere. It does about 45%, and they come into Charizard. Gonna be able to reach the Zap Cannon. I think you force this Charizard to throw. It's a little bit too dangerous to switch in to Zapdos, but gonna do it anyways. And do you call the bait here, or do you shield? Gonna get baited. But this Drill Peck would do probably almost certainly not KO, but would put this Charizard pretty low. We'll see if this Blast Burn is going to be enough. It probably does like 85% to Zapdos, and it is more than enough. Personally think that you had to let the Charizard dump energy into the Registeel. It already had a ton of energy. It had almost a Blast Burn, so they weren't going to be able to farm that much more efficiently. An unfortunate ending to that matchup. And we're going to see the next matchup here going against Wolf Wild Web or something like that. And tough lead here, potentially tough lead depending if it has Thunderbolt. But we do see a CMP tie and no shield from the Moonblast. They throw the Rock Slide. They do not have the Thunderbolt, and this is going to be another Rock Slide or Psycho Boost. It is another Rock Slide, so Tapu Fini gonna be able to control this matchup. Does have to throw before they make it to the Psycho Boost, and they let it go. We will see what's gonna come in. It is the Snorlax here, and that is pretty rough there. Could have farmed a little bit more with Tapu Fini and potentially made it to the move there. But this is pretty tough here. Though the Fun Focus Blast would KO. Are we going to see a shield? We don't see a shield. They do end up baiting. Gonna go for the Zap Cannon. This Focus Blast would come very close to KOing this Shadow Snorlax. And no debuff there. The next superpower wouldn't KO anyways. So let's see if they throw the Body Slam. If they do throw the superpower, it does a tremendous amount of damage. Gonna shield this next one. Really wants to preserve this energy, and potentially could have threw the. Let's see here. Very tricky situation here. Still, they let it go. Foul play would put it tremendously low. Gonna let it go, and we'll be able to make it to this Drill Peck, but you want to be as low as possible, and ends up CMP tying with this Scrafty. We'll see if the Scrafty will end up shielding. It does not end up shielding. Gonna have to make it to 2 moves here. Gonna throw the Zap Cannon. Really hoping for the Lick debuff here. It's really the only chance, even though I don't think there's much of a chance here. Even with the debuff, these Licks are still gonna do too much damage to take out the Snorlax. Perhaps the only improvement in that game was playing at the lead slightly better. Would have resulted in Tapu Fini making it to the Surf, but the Snorlax still would have had a bit too much health. And we see Tapu Fini into Gobalion. This is a favorable matchup for Tapu Fini, but only slightly. And they do throw the Stone Edge, And we see good timing using 2 water guns and throwing the Moonblast at this Cobalion. And does quite a bit of damage. They will be able to reach another Stone Edge here. Gonna see a no shield and a farm down on this Cobalion. They perhaps will make it to a Sacred Sword and not willing to take the Sacred Sword and throwing the Surf. We will see what's in the back. And we see Buzzwall here. Well, this ended up being a pretty good decision. Not, well, controlling switch. They do end up shielding. Will they look to counter all the way down? If they do, Tapu Fini would be able to make another Surf. And they actually throw the lunge here. And we are going to see the Zapdos come in. Likely they'll superpower and then bail. Oh, they actually lunged here. Interesting. And we see the Regirock. They attempt to make a catch. They need 2 moves anyways to KO. They do throw the Earthquake here. Interesting. And we do see the Focus Blast onto this Regirock, and they decide to let it go. I think you let this Earthquake go. You gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. They might just barely... Okay, does not survive here. But gonna have to shield this. But this Buzzwall cannot do too much to this Regirock, but it definitely would have been favorable to throw the Drill Peck beforehand, because honestly, they're probably in superpower range. And but the Zapdos has the move here, so this will definitely be enough to KO and gonna be able to take out the Buzzwall there. Very nicely done. And we see the Drill Peck take out the Buzzwall. Very nicely played. We're gonna show one more game here. Why not? And we're gonna see Tapu Fini into Pidgeot. It looks like they're gonna throw at this. This is an interesting play. They will throw the Feather Dance. We will see. Oh my goodness! It is a Galarian Weezing coming into a Registeel. It does have access to Overheat, but probably needs like 3 Overheats. Maybe a Brutal Swing first, then you Overheat. They do Overheat right away. I don't think this next... Well, maybe this next Overheat. I don't think so. If you get into Tapu Fini, that would be amazing here. Oh, okay. I don't think this KOs. Definitely does not. And they probably go Brutal Swing here. Do you Thunder Shock down? No. Gonna go into Tapu Fini, and we'll see how they want to play this. Likely they Feather Dance again. I think if they Feather Dance, you got to switch here. Gonna switch out into Zapdos. Gonna be met by, whoa, okay, a Tapu Fini. They actually were triple, but Pidgeot double fairy. That's kind of crazy there. But these water guns are absolutely shredding away. Gonna have to shield, but in a very good spot right now. This Drill Peck will probably still do quite a bit of damage. We'll likely see another Drill Peck bait. So gonna be able to reach another Drill Peck versus this Tapu Fini. Okay, gonna shield and farm down. I think that's the play. Yeah, definitely gonna farm down. I would just throw straight Drill Peck, because if they no shield in this one, then you just regardless, you're just gonna throw another Drill Peck, and then switch and throw the Surf or the Moonblast. Doesn't really matter here. Gonna be able to easily outpace, and gonna throw the Moonblast and take it out. Some absolutely fantastic gameplay with a really, really fun team. Anyways, let me know if anyone tries this team or if they have some success. Don't forget to check out Instinct Leader Spark on Twitch. As you can see the link there. I'm sure they will comment below as well. If you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see everyone in the next video.